Last meeting, 5 of 6 family heads approved of Project Damocles. ED will give us life and death power.
You're going to use it to kill everybody.
You're insane.
What if I am? On a parallel Earth, we have already made the opposite choice. We're nothing. Less than nothing. I can't imagine what's led to this world hurtling out of its orbit, but I know man.
Now, if you're not a fan of animation, or if you're not into like the deep DC lore, you may not recognize the main focus of that intro there. And he kind of looks ridiculous at first glance, like a weird Wolverine robot hybrid thing. And that's usually the reaction I get whenever I show anyone him or talk about him. But I actually really like this character. His name's Owlman, and as you can probably guess from that name, he is an alternate version of Batman, kind of. Actually Bruce Wayne's brother of Earth 3. Earth 3's Bruce Wayne already died when he was young, along with his parents, because Thomas Wayne and Alfred actually made a plot to kill them, instead of it being Joe Chill. He is an alternate version of Batman that's basically evil. He's a complete psychopath, devoid of any real emotion. He's cold, he's calculating, and very conniving, similar to Batman in some ways. Now I could go into all the deep cut comic explanation and lore about this character, but I don't think anyone would really be interested in that, and I'm also not a nerd. I swear I'm not a nerd. Instead I'm going to be talking about the animated adaptation of the Crisis on 2 Earths story, the animated movie that came out quite a while ago now. Owlman is a part of the Crime Syndicate, and the Crime Syndicate is, as you can probably guess, an evil Justice League. Except on this Earth, the Justice League does also exist. Villains and heroes have basically swapped places. And at the very start of the movie, it's just Lex Luthor and Joker left, or Jester I think he's called in this Earth. But they're the only Justice Leaguers left, and Jester dies. He gives Lex time to escape by teleporting to Earth 1, the Earth with the usual Justice Leaguers we see. And at some point in the movie, Thomas finds this device, and upon finding this device, he does more research into this multiverse theory, and realizes that in an infinite universe, in the infinite cosmos, how little he matters. His actions may have changed his own Earth, and he may be one of the most powerful people, if not the most powerful person on that Earth. But there's an infinite number of Earths where he's nothing. And upon finding this out, Thomas basically just lies to the rest of the Syndicate. He insinuates that now that they've basically got complete control over their Earth, the Syndicate could start expanding. But in reality, Thomas wants to eradicate everything. See, upon discovering the multiverse, he finds one Earth that's different from the rest. He finds that this is the oldest Earth to date and is basically a wasteland. And he hypothesizes that this Earth is what every Earth branches off of. Every decision that's alternate to this Earth's decision becomes a branch and is connected to this one singular Earth. And so his plan is to use this explosive, this huge bomb, to completely eradicate Prime Earth and subsequently destroy every other Earth in existence. And why is he doing this? Is it just for fun, just because he's evil? But there's actually none of those reasons. Simply just a pessimist. He sees all their choices, all the decisions he's made and the rest of his people have made as pointless. In the grand scheme of things, he doesn't believe they really matter. In every other Earth, the smallest choice could have changed his life drastically, and he hates the fact there are other Earths where he's not who he is. He feels like nothing in an infinite and constantly expanding multiverse. Everything is now meaningless to him. Everything he's done, all his work, means nothing. He already hated humans, and upon seeing Prime Earth as a complete wasteland, it simply reinforces what he already thinks, that man is just a disease. And he instantly just presumes that the reason why this Earth is dead is because of mankind. But in the climax of the film, where Batman and him kind of have a philosophical conversation, in the midst of a fight they're having as well, Batman even points out there's no way he could possibly know for sure that humans did this. And Owlman sees this as Batman coping, and thinks Batman genuinely does believe the same as he believes. He's just hiding it. Owlman just sees anyone who isn't him as worthless and evil inherently. He knows himself to be evil, but he thinks he's better than everybody else. His egomania causes him to kind of lose it to a degree, and he's so stubborn that he just can't be swayed any other way. Nothing anyone says that could dispute what he believes in matters. He just ignores it or fights back, because to him, no choice truly matters. Because of the futility of it all and the sort of existential crisis Thomas goes through throughout the movie, despite having no emotion, we can tell how he feels. This is the only logical choice Thomas sees: to destroy the original Earth, the thing that made all these possibilities possible. To make the only decision that would matter, the final decision that has any purpose. That in all of human history, just for a few seconds, a few moments, he could be the most important person in the entire multiverse. Again, Batman keeps fighting this ideology. He doesn't think man is a disease, he doesn't see them as worthless. Batman may not seem like it, but he is an optimistic character. Sure, he's brooding, he's cold, and kind of a dick. But he sees the good in people. That's why he just doesn't just straight up execute every criminal he sees. Because he wants to see them be rehabilitated. He wants to see them get better, not just be thrown away, even though Arkham definitely doesn't help any of them. Bruce's life was torn apart by one decision made by one man that, in the grand scheme of things, may seem small, but to him, really mattered. He's dealt with other people's choices drastically changing his life, but he never backs down, he never runs away from it, he faces it head on, staring right at it. But Thomas has never had to deal with anything like this. He's been in control of everything his entire life. He's a master manipulator, and he could get what he wanted even when he was younger. That's how he kills his parents and his brother. But upon looking into the unknown, looking into this abyss of nothingness, Thomas couldn't stare at it long enough. Batman says he gave into his own fear of the unknown, of being small. But of course, Bruce never really gets to his alternate timeline brother. Even in the end, seconds before he dies, after Bruce sends him away to a different Earth so that the bomb can explode somewhere else, Thomas simply says,
It doesn't matter.
To the end, he believed that nothing mattered, because to him, stopping him now is just one variation of events that could unfold. Someone else will probably come along who may succeed next time and destroy everything, and he takes solace in this fact. One day, someone else would come along and make that one final decision, the only one that would ever really matter, to eradicate everything.
I mean, I don't think he likes me very much.
I don't think he likes anyone very much.
Our first responsibility is to protect the Earth.
That's right. Our Earth. We don't have enough manpower to even do that properly.
Just tell me, why?
Because it's the only action one could take that would have any purpose.